Welcome and hello to UJtv, your live source for everything UJ. Hi, my name is Stacey Hart and I'm co-hosting today with Janice on this World Hello Day. So remember, while we are communicating with you, be sure to communicate to everyone around you. I shall go first. Hello, Janice.
Hello, Stacey, and hello to everyone else watching. So yeah, today is World Hello Day, and it's also World Television Day. So the reason it's World Television Day is because the first World Television Forum was held on this day in 1996.
Jeepers, I was 3.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago. So we've got quite a few things coming up in today's show. I don't want to give too much away, but what I will say is that the Irish president was here, and that's all I'm giving away. Stacey, what are we having a look at first?
All right, well, I'm super excited because we have Chef Tubeka waiting for us in our studio kitchen, where she is prepping all of her ingredients for her tuna burgers.
What's up, guys, and welcome. Today we're going to be making such a fantastic recipe. It's super simple. I'm so glad that I'm done with the exams. You can do this recipe during the December holidays, and I'm quickly going to go through our ingredients. It's super simple. I'm going to start off with my tuna, about 2 cans of tuna. I've grated 1 carrot in here. I have about 2 slices of white bread that I've just sliced up nicely and sauteed it in a little bit of oil. And then I have 2 eggs that I'm just going to lightly beat up. I've got my finely chopped onions, oil for frying the patty, salt and pepper. I have oregano, and I have my tomato and lettuce that I'm going to add into our roll once we've done with the whole patty. Now I'm going to start off by adding my ingredients for the patty, and we're going to start off by adding our tuna. I've drained the tuna a little bit and kept 1 can with water, and the other one I drained it. Now, while I get my hands messy, let's catch up with Stacey and see what she's up to.
I'm so hungry, oh my word. And I'm glad to hear that everyone's finishing off with exams, because I have my last exam today, so good luck to everyone who is at the After Film Festival. And it's very interesting, I have actually never had a tuna burger before.
Yeah, no, I've never had a tuna burger either, so that should be pretty interesting. Now, for those of you who watched last week's episode, you'd have seen that Dr. Pinky Mechwe was here. Now, she's the director from the Division of Internationalization, and she was here telling us about how the Irish president will be visiting UJ, and he did. And of course, UJtv was there to capture every moment, so let's see what went down.
The President of the Republic of Ireland, Michael Higgins, is currently touring Africa to speak about the opportunities and challenges facing the continent. This week, he visited the University of Johannesburg's Soweto campus. Months of negotiations, protocol meetings and security planning fell into place. Alumni, students, learners and academic staff waited to hear his keynote address about economic growth, globalization and the importance of knowing your roots.
It's indeed a great and an honor and a very special privilege for us to welcome you, and we look forward to your address. Thank you very much, Excellency.
During His Excellency's absorbing address, he also announced a scholarship opportunity for students to study in Ireland. A question and answer session followed the address, with some thought-provoking questions coming from the audience, evoking heartfelt and passionate replies from President Higgins.
We go to universities not to just simply acquire degrees ourselves. We will have the moment of graduation ceremonies and so on. But it is, what do we do with that moment that has been given to us for reflection? Where do we lodge it? It has to be in the public world. And you would know, what wonderful it is when people can meet freely and discuss ideas and not threaten each other because they have different ideas. It is a wonderful thing to be able to use one's mind. It's an even greater thing to be able to take what comes out of one's mind and lodge it in the conversation of others, including the stranger.
He's such a charismatic person, you could relate to young people at first. I had a different impression when I saw her that I was going to be an old boring man. But, the moment he started to speak, I was so inspired and, he proved me wrong actually.
He reminds me more of our late president, Mr. Nelson Mandela. He talked in that way where he talks, everybody wants to listen to him. He's very inspiring, very motivational, and I really loved his speech. I wish that he would come more often so that a lot of learners could get the opportunity to meet him.
After lunch with the Vice-Chancellor of UJ, Prof. Aaron Rensburg, the Irish President and his wife were on their way to the next engagement, but not before a student body photo opportunity.
The students were so engaging and they had such a good dialogue with a clearly very passionate president who is really, he's not just well vested in issues of leadership, but he is truly passionate about citizenship, about humanity, about transformation, about ethics, all of the issues that are very important to us, particularly for our students.
I felt inspired just watching that video. I really wish I could have attended. Well, our next insert is about how to deal with exam stress by exercising. Now, half of this pertains to me and the other half doesn't relate to me so much. Now, I'm done with exams, so I'm chilling. I don't need to know how to cope with exam stress. But the other half, though, exercising. I've been getting quite a few comments about my weight lately. So I'm pretty keen to see, what tips Graham has for us. So let's have a look at how to keep young and fit.
Hey guys, if you're one of those people that are still writing exams and you're not sure how you're going to make it over those last few hurdles, then fear not. I'm here to show you some ways to de-stress and stay focused right through to the end. Let's go. You may already know the importance of taking breaks from studying, but what you may not know is what to do in those breaks to maximize the de-stressing effect that they can have. Go for a short walk around the block to get some fresh air and to let the information that you've just taken in settle before you get back to work. Mindfully eat a snack. By this I mean eat something healthy like half an arrow or an apple and really enjoy it. Feel the texture and appreciate the flavor. I know it sounds a bit lame, but this will help you take your mind off what you've been studying for a while. Try to avoid sugar and processed food because it will make it hard to concentrate and leave you feeling sleepy. What you can do to relieve pre-exam tension is stand with your feet shoulder distance apart and then slowly do a forward fold. Whilst doing this, hold on to the elbow of the opposite arm. Just hang like this whilst taking 5 deep breaths and then slowly come back up. Another way to relieve tension is to lie on your back, raise one knee and then reach it over toward the opposite side of your body. You can use your opposite hand to apply slight pressure till you feel a good stretch in your lower back and hip. Hold this for 3 or 4 breaths and then repeat on the other side. So after a healthy snack and a little stretch, you should feel refreshed, relaxed and ready to hit the books again. Well, that is all from me. Join me again next time for more tips on how to stay young and fit. Good luck for the exams.
Okay guys, I've added all my ingredients inside my mixing bowl, and what I'm doing now is just forming the patties, and I just added a little bit of flour just to bind it a little bit more.
Oh, it looks so good. I can't wait.
Okay, now guys, what you can do as well is instead of using tuna, you can use potatoes. Grate your potatoes and sort of turn it into a hash brown.
And as Graham said, you must avoid processed food and sugar, so this is why you can use this Chef Tubeka's recipe.
Yes, and the tuna is super affordable. The canned tuna is affordable. You don't need to use fresh tuna because after all, we are students.
So while we wait for these, let's check in with why YouTube is beating Facebook in What's Trending.
Thanks, Stacey. So general knowledge says, besides general knowledge, tons of stats say that Facebook is the largest social network. After all, Facebook does have over 1 billion users and is the biggest driver of referral traffic. If however you really are looking to get noticed online, you might want to consider video these days. According to Complete Pro, YouTube has finally overtaken Facebook as the most visited social network. With 167 million monthly visits, it may only be 3,000 more than Facebook, but it is still more. Now I know what you're thinking. Is YouTube actually a social network? Well, if you think about it, YouTube does possess all the features of a standard social network. You can connect with friends and followers, see what they post and share what they've seen. YouTube too has a news feed where you can see what your connections have been up to and what is popular. But most importantly, YouTube allows you to engage with and comment on content. It's one of the platforms that users engage with the most on. Now don't panic just yet. I'm not saying that you should write off your other social network accounts. You can just be smart and use them to promote and drive whatever you're putting on YouTube. This way you can rack up the statistics on multiple platforms without necessarily putting in or multiplying the effort that you put in. And who knows, maybe you can get money back for doing so, since YouTube does pay users for popular videos. Guys, that is all from me this week. Follow us on Twitter at UJtv and on Facebook, UJtv. Let's go back to Stacey.
Thank you, Brandon, for updating us on all things tech. I know that I'm certainly a fan of YouTube. Now, while we wait, how are these going?
These are going so good. So far so good, and we'll give them about 5 minutes on each side.
Great. Okay, so last week we had the first batch of BTech students who were previewed. Now this week we're going to showcase the next 5 BTech students who actually showcased their work at FADA.
The second round of the final year FADA BTech students from the Visual Arts Department had their exhibition on the 13th of November, where they had the opportunity to showcase their work and mingle with like-minded individuals, friends and family. The exhibition ran for 5 days and was open to the public. The exhibition was entitled Shift In Collective.
So this exhibition is basically an accumulation of what we've been doing over the last year. What it's about is creating ambiguous imagery. I looked at acquiring ambiguous imagery, changing it to become more ambiguous, and basically contrasting that with this plasticity and artificiality within the work. Eventually I ended up doing paintings that were quite three-dimensional in a way, which was quite interesting and different, I felt.
My exhibition is a city in transit, so I work with photography in the city of Johannesburg. My work is dealing with multiculturalism, so the different cultures that are living in our city today. It goes back to Johannesburg's mining town stage, where it was a small little mining town and now it's sprung up to a strong economic city base. It's not by a coast. And that is because of all the cultures coming in and out of it. And with those cultures, how the city is constantly morphing and changing and always developing. It doesn't stay the same. It's this continuous influx.
Basically what I'm doing is looking at what it means to be a colored in today's day and age, living in Johannesburg. I do this by basically looking at the idea that as a colored person, you're not white enough nor black enough. You're neither white nor black, but at the same time both. And what that means is that as a colored person, you can be anything and nothing at the same time. And I thought to myself, like, how does one represent this? And what I did was I created the character known as the speedster. And the speedster is this character that exists within mythology as this figure built on contradiction. So it's neither here nor there, but at the same time it's everywhere. The way I bring this across is by looking at colored anecdotes and motifs that make up the trickster identity. So if you look around you, you'd see the masks and stuff which become this trickster. And the trickster himself is essentially colored. And he's mischievous, he's naughty. Yet the thing is, as in typical trickster fashion, not only does he seek to claim space within contemporary Johannesburg, he seeks to claim space within himself. What I'm looking to do is essentially establish myself as a person and say that, hey, I'm here.
Right, and we're back in the kitchen with Chef Tubeka. So how are we doing so far?
Okay, now we're just gonna plate it up, put our patty inside of our pan.
I mean, how do you bond these tuna patties? I know it must be quite difficult.
Okay, the bread actually and the egg is the bonding agent so that it doesn't fall apart.
Why would you say that this recipe in particular is beneficial for students?
Well, you know that fish is good for students. It helps with concentration. It has omega-3 oils in it, and yeah, it's just good for you. And this is our final product. I hope it tastes good.
I'm sure it does. Can I take a bite?
Yes, you can.
And it's tin tuna, which means it's really affordable.
Yes.
So I'm just going to take a big bite.
And you can also use whole wheat bread for those who prefer the healthier alternative. And yeah.
That is so yummy. My mom always told me not to speak with my mouth full, but this is too good. I can't help it. Janice, you've got to try this.
Yeah, I'm going to be diving like head first into those burgers in like a few moments. But before I do that, I'd just like to thank everyone for watching the show. Now, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at UJ Television and also on Facebook at UJtv. Now, don't be afraid to start a conversation. Tell us what you think of the show. You know, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. We will appreciate your feedback. So yeah, thanks for watching the show, and happy World Television Day. Oh, and happy World Hello Day too. Take care.